we've attempted to shoot down UFOs in the past, with little effect. We actually shot pieces off, but during that time there were mechanical problems with them. The reason that you cannot go ahead and shoot a UFO down, the reason you don't have no sonic boom, you have 1/4 of an inch of a perfect vacuum all the way around the airframe. Totally empty. You cannot penetrate that vacuum. No weapon known to man can penetrate it. Now, do they have countermeasures where if they were up against a alien craft that was a threat to them that had the same technology, do they have measures where they could go ahead and neutralize it on the enemy spacecraft? I don't know. But I do know that that right there is the one thing that protects them, and also provides for them to travel through our atmosphere at a speed far greater than the speed of sound without breaking the sound barrier. The cases that I was involved in, the 12, 3 actually involved crash retrievals. The 3 crash retrievals had bodies with them, and some of the entities were still alive, which was necessary to treat them, which is why there's the catalog that deals with the various species. The catalog exists because rendering first aid to our visitors is quite unique and different from what we would consider first aid. You had medics there who would go ahead and take care of those people, but they needed that section that dealt with the cataloging and what types of food that they could be fed. Actually, we use I'm going to say the word wrong, but we use synthesized food. We did not give them the food that we normally eat and take for granted every day. It could actually be poisonous to them. First aid, the way we give first aid, could actually cause their death. So we had to know how to administer specifically the things that was needed to preserve their life, if at all possible. The other thing is, when you went to a crash retrieval, you always was going against the clock, because just like us, when we have a plane go down, there's an emergency beacon sent out. When one of their craft go down, there is an emergency distress call that goes out to their people, and immediately they try to recover them. And on more than one occasion, the military and their people have gotten there at the same time. The best thing to do when that happens is for us to back off, because they are going to do everything they can to protect their people and recover the bodies and recover any of the injured or those that are still alive. They're not going to try to take overt hostile acts towards us. Many of the species on an individual basis would permit themselves to be killed before they would have any of us hurt. Not all the species are that way, but many are. The self-preservation that we have isn't the same with them. That doesn't mean they want to die. Doesn't mean that they don't feel fear just like we do. And I can tell you they feel fear. I can tell you they really feel fear at times. And it shouldn't be that way with us. It should be that they know that we want to help them, but then again, the greed of man comes into play. What they have, we want. And the only way we can get it, we must learn from them. And if it means going through interrogation, things of this sort, and doing unethical things, because there aren't any laws that protect them. Your pet retriever has more rights than any ET has. Knowing that, that is one of the reasons we're in quarantine. There is nothing that would stop us if we were to become in the matter of the next couple of years, interplanetary travelers, meaning visiting other solar systems. If we achieve that, and we go to a place that's got life very similar to the life here on Earth, and even an sentient, intelligent life that is on par to man but looks a little different, we could do anything we wanted to there in the interest of furthering our scientific knowledge and not even think about the moral issues of what we're doing to the life on that planet. The only thought we would have is the precautions we needed to take to ensure when we left that planet, we did not come back here and infect our planet with a very deadly disease. That's been in place since actually before the crash here in Roswell. That was in place during the Second World War, because it was during the Second World War that in the Pacific Theater that they came into possession of things that were of extraterrestrial origin. And if you're not very careful when you go to a crash site, you run into the possibility of having casualties, not because they're hostile, but because you have to be very careful with the equipment that they have on board the craft. The great art of reading, it's dead. People want to be told this is the truth. The one message that I cry out all the time: let nobody live in your mind rent-free. Make sure of these things. Read. In my case, I always allude to the documentation. And I'm always being told people don't want to read the documentation. What do the people want then? Do they want to go ahead and hide their head in the sand like an ostrich? Or do they want to be enlightened by the sun that is shining bright in day? One, you can have somebody tell you these are the facts. That doesn't make it so. You can get the documents that have the pedigree, that paint a story, that show that something is going on. Then how that interrelates with your life, to what degree of experiences have you had, then you put those together. But first you search out the truth. Then when you find out that you have had things happen in your life, or if you already know you were involved with these things, you owe it to your family and to yourself to tell them what happened in your life, why you weren't there for that ball game, why you weren't there for maybe the first steps of your child, maybe at the time of the birth of your child, but the times that you weren't there because you were out in the service of your country and it was things you were never to talk about. Now that you're out, you want to live a normal life, so you're never going to bring it up. But it's eating at you from within, inside. It's also eating away at your family. You need to let them know what really happened.
If you enjoyed this, make sure to watch the next video on AwakenZone. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, but you won't want to miss what's coming next.